Alright, today to start my speech, I'm going to go through these definitions. So, a bribe, something valuable, such as money, that is given in order to get something to do something. Corruption, dishonest or illegal behavior, especially by powerful people. In soccer, a game played by between two teams of 11 players in which they round ball. It's moved towards a goal, usually by kicking. And then for my speech, these are my sources. I used Merriam-Webster, CNN, America's Quarterly, CNBC, Fox, ESPN FC, and Brainy Quotes. So my speech today will be on FIFA and the corruption scandal that has come through, and trying to find addressing the problem and finding a solution to fixing out this bribes with millions of dollars with officials in FIFA taking bribes from countries to host the World Cups. So it's the international governing body of the Association of Football or Soccer. The problem is FIFA bribery scandal with officials has been bribed millions of dollars to give countries hosting rights for major soccer events all around the world. And my solution, I think, towards this is getting rid of those officials associated with scandals and investigating and possibly eradicating the current World Cups from upcoming years. Alright, so FIFA has been under high criticism for its bribery scandal. The U.S. Department of Justice have recently arrested 7 FIFA officials for their corruption of the bidding processes in past World Cups and other soccer events. There was a 47-count indictment detailing charges against 14 people as well for racketeering, wire fraud, and money laundering conspiracy. They're accused of taking bribes of more than $150 million in return provided media rights and marketing rights to soccer tournaments around the world. And after this arrest by the U.S. Department officials, the Swiss officials opened up their own investigation concerning bribe with the 2018 Russia and 2022 Qatar World Cup. So some officials have come forward saying they've taken bribes in exchange for awarding previous World Cups to countries such as Chuck Blazer, FIFA official. He may have taken bribes in the 1998 World Cup to France and the 2010 World Cup to South Africa. And then along this same process over the weeks, longtime FIFA president Sepp Blatter has been under scrutiny for this bribery scandal. They feel like he has an idea about this. He knows that this has been going on, so he's just been under a lot of pressure. So they did an election for FIFA president recently held in which he won, but then he resigned days later from this position. And now they're just in the process of seeing what to do and getting a new president. So extent of the FIFA scandal. Soccer officials all around the world have been found of corruption, accepting bribery charges from all countries, all nations. So, for example, Jack Warner, the president of CONCACAF, which is the North American, South American Soccer Association, he resigned in 2011 after facing numerous corruption and bribery charges. President of the South American Football Confederation resigned after he took $1,300 from a marketing partner. So it's all around the world. As a Brazilian Football Confederation President Ricardo Teixeira, he took $41 million in bribes. So this corruption has spread all around the world, not just in FIFA, but also other soccer organizations. So and FIFA is not setting a good example for the rest of the world. They need to show that they're the best, that people need to follow them, and that they have good ethical standards. The effects and consequences. The FIFA bribery scandal has not only affected FIFA itself, but countries all around the world. The $150 million in bribes that could have gone towards better resource-starved programs in poor countries, so countries that can't afford equipment, and it helps out the players. Those countries have been very helpful in FIFA's expansion with the poorer countries, as I said, such as Latin America, Africa, and Asia. It's created a disconnect between the game's governing body and the fans. People don't trust FIFA. They just think it's full of corruption, so they don't trust it. They're upset as fans, as a fan of myself. We're upset with the efforts to overhaul FIFA's leadership structures and introduce a genuine reform continues to stall. They're not working very hard to fix this themselves. They're just kind of waiting and don't really have much leadership right now. And the corruption reduces incentives to deal with the problems on the field that affect fan experience. So there's been a lot of racism and just overall corruption throughout soccer that other areas can be focused on rather than this scandal. While this is a big problem for FIFA, I believe there's a good solution to get FIFA on the back track to be an ethical and respected organization around the world. I think one solution, very feasible, is terminate any officials associated with the bribery scandal or corruption throughout their career. If there is bribery associated with the bids for the upcoming World Cups given to Russia and Qatar, they should be stripped of hosting these World Cups. Solution, I think it satisfies the need for FIFA to become more ethical and take a hard stand for no corruption in their organization for the future. I think its first step is, as I said, very feasible, with firing corporate officials and can be replaced by others who have a good record with FIFA. The second part of the solution might be a little tough, a little difficult. It's hard to take those away from them without very much proof. They did win the bids, but still there's corruption and bribery behind it, which isn't a good representation for FIFA. So if the Swiss do find evidence, I still think it's manageable to relocate the World Cup to countries already with stadiums, such as over in Europe where soccer is prevalent and able to handle millions of people. Implementing the solution. Getting rid of corrupted officials will bring more ethical and trustworthy FIFA for everybody to see, and taking away the World Cup from Russia and Qatar make future countries be more careful and ethical, and through that bidding process make sure that no bids or bribes are taken, that their officials are abiding by the law that FIFA has set down. The World Cup brings in millions of dollars to a hosting country's economy and businesses around, and the fear of losing it kind of should help the countries act cooperatively. Implement first solution by firing officials associated with bribery and corruption. Implement second part of the solution and find if there's any bribery with awarding Russia and Qatar. I think that's the process they need to go through. FIFA needs to investigate themselves to find true evidence and come forward immediately with these findings. Then finding necessary steps to whether to keep the World Cup as it is in the 2018 and 2022, or find other suitors for the tournament. And then I'm just going to finish with a quote. FIFA cannot sit by and see greed rule the football world, nor shall we, which is President Sepp Blatter. Even though he may be behind some of this and have some knowledge, I think it still hits home in that FIFA shouldn't be ruled by money, but rather just for the passion of the game. So in summary, FIFA is the pioneer of the governing soccer around the world. And then the problem was FIFA's bribery scandal with countries hosting international soccer tournaments with bribes. And then I think the solution could be getting rid of those officials who are guilty. And then eventually, if there is corruption and illegal stuff that went on for the bidding process of Russia and Qatar, that they need to relocate those tournaments. So, as you can see, FIFA's bribery scandal and corruption is an immense problem that needs to be fixed for the soccer world, and it needs a solution pretty fast. I believe that if they can take the solutions given in this speech, they can succeed in striving to become a more ethical organization and will focus more on the game of soccer rather than the riches that the game can bring to the individual selves. Thank you.